Hi, welcome back to school night. My name's Dillon May. We're talking geometry right now. Let's hop to it. So here's what we're going to talk about. Just a quick little outline. I'm going to give you a little background on myself, how I'm involved at Erie. We're going to talk about geometry, how it's organized, what you can expect out of the course. We're going to touch on Infinite Campus, and then we're also just talk about what you as parents can do. So welcome. A little bit about myself. As I mentioned, my name's Dylan. This is my second year at Erie. Went to college at the University of Montana, Missoula. That's where my family's from. I grew up in Seattle. And yeah, I love growing up in Seattle. I loved being in the Rocky Mountains for college, those Northern Rockies. It's incredible up there. Down here too, what we get to look at every day. Here, I got a picture of my fiance and myself at Virginia Falls. This last summer. Up there in Glacier, just incredible. If you've had the chance to go up there, this is on the east side of the park, the going to the Sun Road. We also made it to Jackson, Wyoming, and this is Hannah's, soon to be mine too, golden retriever, Judah. He is 1 year old and 85 pounds. He is a big golden retriever. It's not like he's hefty. He is just well built. But he's a hoot and a holler, and man, he road tripped with us quite a bit this summer. And then a picture of me running. I do quite a bit of running too. I really enjoy the sport. Competed in high school, competed in college, still competing today. This was a year ago in Boise. And hey, whenever I get the chance to run, I love to represent Erie out there on the course, on the track, when I get the chance. And of course, love coaching as well. So a little quote for us: to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. Of course, by Mr. The late Steve Prefontaine. If you're not familiar, Prefontaine was like the American record holder in every major American distance track record at one time, in the 70s. And so I couldn't be a runner and not include a quote from him on this. And just a mantra I really believe in, from high school to when I was in college competing and studying, to being in teaching now and coaching. Something I'm always trying to reinforce with my athletes and my students too. Always trying to try our best. So where am I involved at Erie? Of course, I'm teaching geometry, teaching pre-calc, coaching cross country and track. Try to get a little picture of what we're doing in each one right now. So geometry, we're talking transformations. Maybe you've heard a little bit that at home. Pre-calculus, talking the unit circle. It's a wild ride right now, let me tell you what. And cross country and track, we're in the middle of a cross country season right now. I've been so thankful that we've had cross country going this season with everything else going on. And yeah, it's been such a fun season getting to see everyone compete and out there just running their tails off. Also through my email and my WebEx link up here as well, in case you needed those. So, what's geometry about? Taking a look at time. Oh, we're doing great on time. All right. Geometry, we got our big focus: congruence, similarity, right triangle relationships. That's what we're talking about right now. We'll talk some proofs. We'll talk area. We'll talk volume. We'll talk circles. Everything of that matter is what we're going to talk about right now. Ooh, we'll talk a little bit of trig as well. Geometry follows Algebra 1. It leads into Algebra 2. After Algebra 2 is when you break up into, stats or stats finite or pre-calc. And of course, pre-calc will lead you into the calculus courses or back to the stats courses as well. Oh, and calculators. I'm not going to take a lot of time to talk about calculators, but if you have the opportunity to get your student a scientific or graphic calculator, I recommend it so much. You can find them on eBay really cheap. You can pick one up at Walmart. You can pick one up pretty much any store, Amazon. But having that scientific calculator, graphing calculator, it's great because they get familiar with it in the classroom. Then they're familiar with it when they take their tests, when they take AP tests, when they take the SAT, the PSAT, the ACT, when they go to college and have it on their tests, everything like that. It's a great resource for them to have. So let's talk about how geometry is organized. Let's start the day before class. So let's say it's the day before class. They're doing their homework. They have two assignments that they're working on. They have a homework assignment that covers the lesson from the previous class. Let's say that lesson was 3.2. So then they have the homework assignment that goes along with it. Then they have the video lesson that they need to watch. right here. Video lesson will lead into the nice class. So then when we roll into our class time, we do our warm-up, we correct our homework, we quickly review the video lesson, just hitting the highlights right there. Then we have our asynchronous time and an exit ticket at the end. So right now, we're struggling with students catching that exit ticket at the end, as well as submitting homework corrections. Those are the two biggest ones. Every student needs to submit corrections with their homework. That's part of their homework grade. It's 40% of their homework grade. And we need to make sure that we're doing that exit ticket. The exit ticket, it's graded on participation, but in order to get that grade, you got to participate. So it's just free points that a lot of students are leaving. I think they're just forgetting about it at the end of class to log back in and take care of it. And then lastly, our Friday quizzes, obviously taken care of at the end of the week. That's how we're taking attendance on Fridays. And with those Friday quizzes, it's usually 5 or 6 questions, 30 to 35 minutes. That first attempt counts for their grade and attendance. Then they're welcome to do a second attempt up until the day of the unit test. And that second attempt can only raise their grade. It's not going to drop it. It's not going to hurt their grade at all. The Friday quizzes are based off of your highest score. So if your score improves on that second attempt, it'll raise your grade. So number of students right now not taking advantage of those second attempts. So just a good reminder to give your students, hey, did you get your quiz done? Did you do a second attempt on your quiz? Are you going to do that this weekend? All good questions to ask. So where can you find these materials? For this, I'm actually going to hop back to slide 6. It's right here at a little open space, so I decided to throw it right down here. Students are going to see this middle column on their iPad. The WebEx link, our geometry syllabus, the folder that has our Friday quizzes, and our Unit 1 folder. So I organize my Schoology page by unit. In each unit, I try to organize each unit folder by the flow of class. So you got our warm-up at the beginning, and then our completed notes. So every video lesson, I post the notes as well. The video lesson itself, the homework assignment, where to turn in the homework assignment's answer keys, and the exit ticket. These answer keys are meant for study materials going into the test. So they're there for students to correct their homework while they're in class for that grade, but then also later on as that study material. This calendar function, a lot of students don't use that, but it is also on the iPad Schoology as well, or the iPad version of Schoology. If you look up that left menu pane and you click the arrow in the top left, and it'll bring you back to that main page, you'll see the calendar on there, and our entire geometry calendar for the unit will be on there as well. All right. Let's talk about Infinite Campus really quick. 8 minutes. All right, I want to wrap this up. Wanted to keep it under 9. Infinite Campus is where I do my main or official grading. Official grades are in Infinite Campus. I do all my grading in Schoology. So all the grading, all the regular grading, day-to-day grading, updates, little minor tweaks, that's all in Schoology. What I really want y'all to know is that I'm posting comments anytime a student loses points on a homework assignment, letting them know how they can make it up. So if it's late, it's late. Not much we can do there. But if we forgot to turn in homework corrections, I'll post a note in there. No homework corrections, -2 points. So they're certainly welcome to resubmit those. Not submit it as a PDF. That's probably our most common one. So if a student wants to resubmit as a PDF, I'll give them full credit. I'll honor that original submission date. Everything like that I put into Schoology for them. And they can access those notes through their Schoology. If they go to the assignment folder where they submitted the assignment, you'll see a little notepad that you can click on, and we'll show you those notes. All right, that's my 9-minute mark, everybody. What can you do as a parent? Use those resources, Schoology and Infinite Campus. Encourage your students now more than ever. I think encourage them to stay engaged during the lesson, during the school day, but also to reach out to me. Come on during our asynchronous time. That's a huge time for us to have in class. And lastly, to reach out to me. I posted my email, my phone number, my Schoology link, and my Calendly link if you want to set up a Friday appointment with me. Here's a picture of Hannah and myself at the Delicate Arch. It is so much bigger than you expect if you've ever been there. If you haven't been there in person, I would recommend. It's like a 6-hour drive to Moab. That's all I got, everybody. I'm logging off for now. Thanks for tuning in, and look forward to hearing from y'all. Take care.